Ladies, for you today, I have 4 tips to better outcomes in dating. Please hear me, especially if you are a survivor of any type of DV situation, narcissistic abuse, or any manipulative relationship. You need to hear these because once you've endured that type of manipulation, a lot of times we find ourselves repeating the same cycles. Number 1, stop talking and start listening. And what I mean by that is do not go into these new dating situations telling that man everything about yourself. Don't tell him about all the things that you've been through with your past boyfriends. First of all, they don't care. They just met you. They're really trying to test and see, gauge how easy you're going to be. First and foremost, if that man wants to sit on that date and talk about himself the whole time, let him talk. Because as he's talking, you are gaining vital information as to how this man thinks, his behavioral patterns, more about his lifestyles and the type of choices that he makes. Have a little mystery about yourself. Think of yourself as a onion with many layers that need to be peeled. Do not give away all of the good information about yourself in these newer phases. I'm talking about the first 3 to 6 months before that year mark. Be selective about what you tell this man. Thinking that you can open up to a man and tell him everything in the beginning is not the right way to go. It'll bite you in the ass every time. Number 2, no house calls. Do not let this man know where you live, and you don't need to be at his crib either. In the beginning stages, you need to keep it cute. You don't know anything about this man. You could be putting yourself in harm's way. You need to keep where you live safe. You need to thoroughly get to know this man and let him earn that. That man does not need to know where you stay or your children. 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months in. It takes time to get to know someone. And if you've dealt with a narcissist, they can be really good at leaving that mask on for 6 months, maybe up to a year. After that year time, most of the time, people really start to show you who they really are. Do not allow this man in your home. Do not go to his house. Keep it cute. Meet in public places. This leads into number 3. Do not put yourself in vulnerable situations. If you're not trying to end up somewhere with your legs sprawled out, don't be at that man's house. Do not go on dates late night where you can be coerced or talked into, well, yeah, we should just take it to my place for a nice little nightcap. Keep those dates cute. There are plenty of creative ways that you can date and get to know someone. You can go to a museum. You can go to a park. You can go to brunch. Dates do not always have to be 9 p.m. and past. Those are the hours when you will find yourself in trouble. Also, never go on a date without money of your own. Yes, a man who is courting you and asks you to go out should be paying for that date. However, he might be crazy. He might say some offensive stuff. You might find yourself in a predicament to where, you might have to leave all of a sudden. Have your own money. Say you get a flat tire while you're out at the event. You need to have money. If he's acting stank all of a sudden and don't want to pay for the dinner, have your own money. Never show up anywhere broke. 4, dress for success. If you appear or if you show up to a date with everything all out, you got your breast out, you got your legs out, you got your arms out, everything is all out, you leave nothing to the imagination, and he's not going to be paying attention to you. He's going to be looking at all that honey baked ham and yams and seeing how easily you let him slide. Be modest in your dress. Sexy does not mean tight. Sexy does not mean short. Sexy is not everything hanging out. Have some allure. And if you do want to show a little bit of skin, you know, if you're going to show just a little bit of cleavage, don't show any legs. If you're going to show a little bit of leg, don't show cleavage. Be modest in how you dress. Thinking that you're going to come to a date and tight bodycon attires and cat suits is not going to give the impression that you want to give if you want a man to take you seriously. Men are visual. You have to be able to gauge this man and hold his attention with your mind. Keep that in mind, ladies. 4 tips to better outcomes in dating.